What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and we can already see, there's been so much quality of life stuff going on here. Like, this is one of them. Giving the grave robber guardian stones. The dispatch is amazing. The game is in a beautiful state right now. Let me tell you, it's beautiful. But what I really wanted to come in here, you guys already see the title. Unlock Potential has so much potential. I've been getting a lot of stuff on the Shell video that people have been telling me, oh my god, why didn't you go red on Shell because she has HP scaling on Unlock Potential? I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Like clearly gonna go there, which I'm still actually correct on, by the way. You, in my opinion, you still go green, but it is nice that they do have scaling. But I then went and I started to go through all, and I mean all, of the faded characters to check out what's going on, and there is actually a pattern, and I wanted to just discuss it with you guys and give you guys my overall thoughts on what it is. So without further ado, skid 'em a rinky dinky do, let's get into it. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cash, and today's video is impromptu. It's actually still Thanksgiving, so if you guys, hopefully you guys had some food or whatever the heck. Let's start off with the girl in question. You know, I think that might be the easiest. Let me turn up the volume real quick just so you can hear them talk if you want to. All right, so the thing that everyone was talking about was this, right? Clown's performance is, you know, blah, 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 but the Unleash Potential, I call it Unlock Potential, Unleash Potential, whatever. If you do get it, deals 8% maximum health damage when the attack hits. 8%, guys, come on. 8%? You guys, you gotta build it with HP. 8%? I mean, if you do the mathematicals on it, let's say, let's just look at it. Let's say you get 12,000 HP. Times that by 0.8 or 0.08, and that's like 900, you know, so yeah, you can get like an extra 900-ish on that, which is, I guess, decent, but it's not something crazy, right? It's not something that's gonna get that kill. It's not like a lot. I mean, it is 960 per character, you know, and that's just if it's 1200 exactly, right? But her role, I mean, giving her extra HP, I guess that does help out. But then I started looking around into all the other characters. So she is different. I call it the cross, but it's the support. Anyone that has the support cross. So this is going to be for any character that is faded. CC has it, Shell, I think that's it. No, Talia, also Emma, there we go, and Anastasia, or Anastasia. Heart don't fail me now, courage don't desert me. Anyway, so if they have an attack-based skill, this is how it's going to work. So you guys already see it. So it's going to have a scaling, maximum health damage scaling, if it is an attack-based skill, and then every single one that is a non-attack skill is going to have this, that they grant status effect immunity. I literally checked every single one, and I can prove it here. We're gonna go with Anastasia, as you guys already know, has the same thing, right? So this is the heal. So the heal is going to have status effect immunity. It does change based on each one. So you can see 2 times the self can't be stacked. As you can think, the other one I think was 1 time. It just kind of depends on what the skill is. So as you can see, this one is a nuke and it has 12% maximum HP. So it just differs. It actually does differ based on each character. So just keep that in mind. I noticed that the AoE skills have a lower scaling and a single target has like higher, something of that nature. But that is pretty much any of the cross characters, any of the support characters. Then you go into the sword. Anyone with the sword, the attacker, they're gonna have this thing where they get a reset, which is absolutely nuts. So reset 1 time per round if owned mana is under 3 after the skill hits. So that means when you use the skill, if you're under 3, that's how it's being worded, then you will actually get a turn reset, which is absolutely nuts. So not really too much for the 3, I would say. It's gonna possibly be something for this, especially for this. This is a burst skill, guys. For, you know, for Rachel, how strong that is. I might have to go through each character if you guys want me to. That I will go through each character and who really comes out of here. I'm gonna name a few in this video, but if you want me to really like explain each individual fake character and like what makes them good, I'll do that. But this is just a quicker video. It's like I said, it's almost 12 o'clock. I gotta stay up. I'm trying to go to, and you guys guys, wish me luck. I'm trying to get that PS5, ladies and gentlemen. Wish me some luck. I'm trying to get that PS5 tonight. We're gonna be going out deep into the woods, hopefully getting one fit at a physical store. But this one's gonna be good because after the skill hits to be under 3 mana, you definitely would be after using a burst skill. This is just Rachel. You know, I don't want to go too in depth for each character, but that's nuts. So any sword character is going to have the reset. Oh, and I forgot the passives. I'm such a bad guy. So the passive for the sword guys are all going to be the same. It's going to be that they gain mana 1 when the round starts. They're going to gain 1 mana, and you can check out their passive. They're going to get that they reduce damage by all allies by 30%. 30% damage reduction if you have one of these characters. Now, you might look at some of this stuff and be like, damn, that's a lot. But if you can see that they cost this material, the ultimate orbs, I'm still trying to find out where you get them. Like, because I know you get them from here. I know you get them from the Eternal Bond. I haven't looked in. I looked into the shop to see if you can like buy them. Not that I would, but I was just trying to find each place. If you guys can let me know that, or I possibly missed it in the notes, but where you actually get these. Because for the Fadeds, you have to use it for everything that they have now. But when you go down to the legendary, they actually now have this extra layer down here that actually takes them as well. So if you want to further increase, so for my Deva, if I really wanted a crazy Deva, I would definitely go and invest in here, because as you just saw, you can get even more attack speed. So, you know, more attack speed is very strong. You definitely want to get that. Anywho, so we went through the sword and we went through the cross, their abilities. There are currently, in the game, there are no sword characters that has a non-attack skill. Trust me, I looked. So as you can see, Rachel, Bathory, Smid, Rudley, Bernadette, Maggie, and I was like, Dunk, and I started looking down here and I was realized, oh yeah, Sabrina right here. So there are none. So like, just so you have a heads up, if they ever make a character though, then it would be really spicy. Then we'll really be able to see stuff like that. And I was also thinking if there was any skins like for Shafraken, so I'll go into the shields. Shafraken, in his main skin, you guys should know that his S1 here actually is like every night on a support move will get a non-attack skill will get their own defense. They'll raise their defense up a little bit higher, which is pretty good. And then of course when they do a skill that does damage, it will scale off their own defense. This is insane. 75% of his own defense, and he's a defense unit. You'd build defense on him. And yeah, and then yeah, this here should do a lot of damage if you were to invest into Shafraken. But that's how the attack version and the support version. But when you actually put a FC skin on him, he has 2 damage skills. I know that they said that these things work with the FC skins as well, but I'd have to do some testing. But I'm a little bit afraid to invest who to invest into, so it's a little bit spooky. So I will be putting that opinion into here, so you guys like maybe who you guys should invest into. So that's for those, and I think that we have Steel Cross Sword, and then last but not least, it is going to be I actually did take notes. Oh yeah, I thank God I took notes, right? The passive, they actually do 15%, I think it is, damage reduction. So it looks like if you're going for the damage reduction, you might as well put it in a support. But what's really cool about this, obviously, is going to be team building aspect of it. So as you say, it can't be stacked, which either means that you can't stack it with the support and the tank, or you can't stack it with 2 tanks or something like that. So you're probably gonna want to prioritize who gets this stuff. I know that I got 3 ultimate orbs from doing the story. They may do it like you only get it through story. So there's gonna be, you're not gonna have all this unlocked immediately. That's why I kind of thought, like, even again with Shell, I'm probably not even going to be investing into Shell, especially how limited this might be. I'm not putting Shell up first. I'm going to probably invest into one of these characters. Man, these Chaos characters, and I'm going to tell you right now, I think Rara is the best one, and I'm just going to go straight into it. So for the Chaos characters, they get bind. So as you can see here, her S1 is going to bind for 2 turns when it hits, when an attack hits. The problem is, you guys already know, Rara, in her stupid skin, if it works like that, I'm assuming that it does, her S2, it's everyone and would bind them for 3 turns. If you guys don't remember what bind is, it's what FC Valentina has. They can't gain mana. So it's just super strong in my opinion because of how fast this character is. And it's going to be for any of the Chaos characters. And then of course, let's look at this one. They just get piercing damage, deals additional damage when they attack. So if you thought the game was gonna lag before, so if this works on our FC skin, you're gonna have the initial damage, the mark damage, which is like the bite damage, because if you know she has tranquil, then you have the signature force, and then you'll also have this piercing thing. 4 damage ticks. That just seems really strange. So again, I don't really necessarily know or remember if they said that it's gonna work with the skin. I could have swore that they said that it would, or maybe like in a certain way. But if they does, I'll definitely say that Rara is going to be the strongest, just because of how fast she is. The fact that she can go first and then put that on, even without the skin, she still has 116, if I'm not mistaken. 115 speed. So even if not him, then you still got Baraka that's gonna have that passive, and you're also gonna have Jin. So you can at least shut down one character really quickly, and just pretty much they're not gonna gain any mana. So as people take turns, if you snipe out a certain character, you don't want them using any skills, they're not gonna gain mana for people taking turns in that row. They're not gonna gain mana if Iris decides to try to give them mana. And what's also good about this is that Rara on the opposing team would never ever S2U first, they'll always S1. So insane stuff, man. It's insane. Like this kind of like threw the game into another cool little loop. I'd actually will have to admit, and that's kind of why I wanted to make the video, is that this actually opens up the game a lot. It really actually opens it up. I just don't know how frequent you're gonna get that resource to say like, oh, you know how fast you're gonna be building up these characters. But like as we just saw, like something with Schmid and his whole thing about getting resets, and then something with Awakened Xeon. Is everyone okay? Everyone okay? Like, you know, you guys already know, like Master Footstep went in effect every time the turn resets. So, and he's chaos. So like that's just like, there's a lot of stupid stuff that you could do now with that. Talia, that all her stuff is going to be HP scaling when you actually do it, and we all know that she's going to actually have an FC skin, and she's supposedly rumored to be the other gold, so we won't be seeing her until the end of December. So you know, you're not gonna really see her for a while, right? It's gonna take a while for her to actually drop. But just look at it, everything that she does is scaling off HP, plus the heal scales off HP, and yeah, she might actually be a little bit of a problem because she actually does decent damage. Plus all the signature force. Like there's just some crazy stuff that's going to be in there. Same thing with like these slower characters, that like Bailey, he has an AoE and he can actually now bind you because he's chaos. Like there's just, I don't know, it just opens the game up in a way that I actually think is very positive. So I would love for you guys to tell me anything. Oh yeah, Dorka is chaos too, so she can actually, yes, go first and bind your characters. And she doesn't have like any fancy FC, so I could actually technically invest into her right now and do that and bind the characters. And also what's cool about bind is that it's a special effect, so it should technically work on PvE as well. The only issue in PvE was that there was no way for you to actually get the Fracken's, you know, Fear of the Abyss on a PvE mob. It's just really, it was just too difficult. But now you could technically do it with just, if you have a unleashed potential, unlocked potential character. So I just think that that's insane. It's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about this mode. I'm trying to go over some of the quality of life stuff. That's kind of what the purpose of the video is. But I do want to kind of go over each character in like in a more in-depth way of like possible combinations and stuff. Like it almost makes every review, like I reviewed the Vagabonds, and it kind of like, it's even different now because like the whole turn reset thing with the Prey is just a completely different beast now that there's certain characters that can actually get turn reset with themselves, plus like there's a lot to digest. Honestly, the game just got way more intricate and I love it, especially if you have a fully awakened, I keep calling it awakened, fully unleashed, I guess that's what I'm gonna call it, unleashed, fully unleashed character, like a support. Reducing 30% damage is insane. You could do that, plus there's with all the attack breaking that's in the game now. I honestly think that, you know, I had to make this video because I honestly think the game is in a phenomenal spot with this. It just depends how often we're gonna get that resource so we can start messing with it. And I do hope, and you guys know I really do hope it's something that we get a lot of, and a frequent motion, so we can do it for a lot of characters, so we can start playing around. I know that it's probably gonna have some type of financial gain behind it, but I hope not too much. Anywho, that's gonna be it for me. That's all I really gotta say. Check this out, daily tournament. Look at that shit. Finally, I mean, months it took them for this, but That is insane that they finally got it to where the daily tournament doesn't lag at all. Like, it's insane. Insanity. Like, they're really working hard, and and as much, and people always think that I'm being mean on the game. I'm mean for a reason. And also, yes, briefly, chapter 14 is not that bad. It seems pretty fair to me so far. Let me know what you guys think about the changes. Let me know what you guys think about chapter 14. Everything. Just let me know. Like, comment, and subscribe also if you guys are enjoying the content. And of course, just remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.